Men Dose presents the touch mature women want first, but men hardly notice. Welcome, please hit the subscribe button. You walk into a room where your partner is standing. Maybe she's looking out the window or preparing dinner. You approach her from behind, place your hands on her shoulders, and immediately feel her body tense up slightly. Sound familiar? Most men interpret this as rejection, but what if I told you that you simply started in the wrong place? After 2 decades of working as a relationship counselor, I've discovered something that might surprise you. There's a specific area that mature women desperately want touched first, but 90% of men completely overlook it. And when you miss this crucial step, everything that follows feels mechanical rather than meaningful. Today I'm going to reveal the 7 emotional touch zones that create genuine connection with mature women. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. When was the last time your partner melted into your touch instead of just tolerating it? If you can't remember, then this video will change everything for you. Here's what most men get wrong about touching women. We think it's about technique or knowing the right spots. But mature women don't respond to touch the same way they did in their 20s. Their bodies have changed, their minds have evolved, and their emotional needs have deepened. They're not looking for someone who can push the right buttons. They're searching for someone who truly sees them. The fundamental mistake men make is treating touch like a video game where you unlock levels. You start with one area, move to another, and expect a predictable response. But for mature women, touch is a language of safety and understanding. When you speak this language fluently, her entire body responds differently. Let me share the 7 zones that create this emotional connection, starting with the one that should always come first. Zone 1 is her hands. Not a quick squeeze or absent-minded holding while watching television. I'm talking about deliberate, gentle contact with her fingers and palms. When you hold her hands properly, you're accessing a direct pathway to her emotional center. The nerve endings in her hands connect to the same brain regions that process trust and bonding. Many women have told me that neglected or rough hands completely break the moment for them. Your hands need to be clean, warm, and gentle. When you stroke along her fingers slowly or apply gentle pressure to her palms, you're telling her nervous system that you're safe and present. Zone 2 targets the nape of her neck, right where her hairline begins. This area accumulates tension throughout the day, and when you touch it gently without any agenda, her body instinctively begins to relax. This isn't about stimulation, it's about creating a sense of calm and security. Place your hand there softly while she's doing something ordinary, and watch how her breathing changes. Zone 3 focuses on her lower back, specifically the area between her waist and hips. This represents stability and support in her subconscious mind. When you place your hands here gently, you're communicating that she's safe but free. This works especially well during everyday moments, like when you're both in the kitchen or she's getting ready in the morning. Zone 4 involves the area behind her ear, just beneath her jawline. This region is incredibly sensitive and requires existing trust to access properly. Too much pressure will cause her to pull away, but the right amount of warmth and lightness creates a feeling of being valued rather than just desired. One woman described this touch as making her feel precious rather than pursued. Zone 5 targets the area between her shoulder blades. Psychologically, this represents protection and safety. It's a place she cannot see herself, so when you rest your hand there gently, you're communicating reassurance on a subconscious level. Her nervous system slows down, and her mental defenses soften. The power of this touch comes from its non-sexual nature. Zone 6 involves her inner thighs, but specifically near the knees, not higher up.
D'ici soit la transitionnelle zone.
It suggests intimacy while maintaining respect for her boundaries. When approached slowly and thoughtfully, it communicates that you're interested but willing to follow her pace. Many men skip this step entirely and wonder why they lose emotional trust.
Zone 7 might surprise you.
It's her lower abdomen, around the navel area. This region represents where instinct and emotion intersect. Touching here requires absolute sincerity because it's where she's most vulnerable. When a woman allows this touch, she's offering not just physical access but emotional intimacy. Why do these zones work so powerfully? Research shows that women process touch both emotionally and neurologically. Their skin receptors are significantly more sensitive than men's, and these specific areas trigger oxytocin release, the hormone responsible for trust and emotional bonding. These aren't erogenous zones in the traditional sense. They're emotional sensors that tell her body whether you're truly present and caring. The key to using these zones effectively lies in your approach. Slow down dramatically. Pay attention to her subtle responses. Use these touches during ordinary moments, not just when you want something. Be consistent and mentally present.